So before going into the project, I'm a little worried because I've never done anything with animation before, so I think that's just the biggest part of it, I guess. Another issue I have is, like, before doing all this, I haven't really had good equipment, and so only having the iPad and everything to do with it is going to be a little bit difficult. I mean, I have my camera, but I don't really have any software other than that, so I'm like, I can only use my iPad or my phone. So it's going to be really interesting, I think, to try to do animation and stuff with that. And on top of that, with the kind of, with my animation, I decided to go the drawn animation route. And so I think that's going to be, I think it'll be fun because I actually really like to draw, and I've always taken a lot of art classes, and I haven't really had an opportunity to do that lately. So I think it's going to be a challenge, but I think it'll be a fun challenge for me to test my skills with both drawing and with learning how to do stop motion animation. So I'm sure it'll be pretty fun. Tough, but fun. So I guess we'll see what happens. And yeah, I think my story, I'm pretty sure it's going to be about, the idea that I have is kind of leaning towards a bullying story, because I like those kind of uplifting ones where it's like they overcome their obstacles or something like that, and it's kind of interesting, and it's been done a lot before, but I figured I have a little twist to my story, so I think that'll be really cool. So I'm going to do a story about a boy who gets bullied and then he finds his way. So as you can see, this is kind of the storyboarding that I did with the animatic for my actual animation. The story is about a bullied boy. I kind of wanted to stray away from the original, storylines of like how people get bullied and stuff. So mine kind of goes off of the fact that he's the only one who has a face in a world of people who don't have faces, and so that's why he gets bullied, because he has emotions and shows his emotions through that. And so this is kind of like my little storyboard of what he's going to go through throughout his little story. It's not too long, it's not super complicated. Basically, he runs away from his bullies and ends up finding people who also have faces just like him, and so he kind of befriends them, and he becomes happy and finds his little place in the world. Nothing too fancy yet, just sketching out the beginnings of the first kind of scene. So this is kind of like the midway point in the project. It's been a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. I realized that because I haven't been drawing a lot, my skills aren't up to where I would like them to be. And I've also realized that stop motion animation is a lot more difficult and especially drawn animation, is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be tough going into it, but it's been very, very, very difficult to do it, especially on top of everything. You know, we've all had to do multiple projects at once, so having to do this on top of everything else, it's just been like crazy hectic. I don't really have good places for it to be set up. Mostly I have like a little dinner tray that I've had set up for a while, and I bought some pegs. This is more of them. I have pegs that I bought, like dowels, to use to like hang up the images to keep them in place. But it's been a little bit hectic, I think, for sure. Mostly my tools have been like my sketch pads, my drawing and everything, and then setting up the camera equipment, which I'm still kind of stuck with the iPad and my phone, mostly my phone. I've been using my phone with the Stop Motion Studio. That's what I've been using. So that's kind of where I'm at in the middle of the project. It's like I said, it's just been more difficult, and yeah. So it's the night before the project's due, and I'm finishing up this documentary because I've had no time to finish it. With all the other projects, it's just been kind of a hassle, and I figured at least the ending of the document. I have everything else filmed and, edited. This is just the ending portion of it. So, yeah, I would just like to say that I will never ever, I don't ever want to do drawn animation again. It is way too difficult. I've had computer issues where I lost footage because of that, and it's just been it's been a whole thing. So I'm not gonna get into all that, but yeah, that is the one takeaway from this. I think is that I will never do drawn animation. Maybe next time, if I ever have to do animation again, I'll try some like actual object animation, but never drawn animation. Other than that, I mean, I had fun in the beginning of the project. It was a cool, like, it's an interesting, animation's really cool, and stop motion animation's pretty fun, but I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of rambling at this point because I'm so exhausted and so just overwhelmed with everything. But, yeah. I think that kind of sums up how I feel about this whole project. And I do apologize, Paul, and everybody in class, because I know mine is going to suck. It's half of what it should have been because of all the issues I had. That's not an excuse, I know, we all had the same amount of time, but I'm just letting you guys know that it sucks. I know it does. My drawing skills are not where they should have been for it, and that's on me. Everything's on me, but I'm specifically that. Computer issues, that's a whole other thing. I've had it crash, I've had everything happen, but so what I have, what I'm presenting is what I have, and I know it sucks, and I know it's not. It's what it is at this point. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching me ramble and be very completely all over the place and weird. And thanks for, hopefully you don't completely rag on my thing because I know it sucks. So I'm ragging on it for you guys. But I hope you guys like my other projects because I really tried. And I really hope these work. So thanks.